Poverty. Well, you might think that the whole of Whitechapel was poor. Not the case. Because, very simple reason, you couldn't drive to work. Cars weren't about. You had to live near where you worked. And there were people who owned businesses and had decent jobs around the Whitechapel area. So they had to live near Whitechapel. So there were middle-class, respectable areas, nice houses, very, very close to these horrible areas like the rookeries that we've talked about. So to give you an example of these rookeries though and what it was like. Well, they had outside toilets, but inside at night they would have buckets which spilt, as you can imagine. And the Census of 1871, where they go and count people have to legally say where they've lived that particular night. Well, 1871, a census told you that in Flower and Dean Street, there were 902 lodgers staying in 31 lodging houses. That's how full, overcrowded these lodging houses must have been. Just on that street, 31 houses on that street, and in those, 902 people are sleeping in there. So yeah, and like I've said, with the poverty comes crime. Poverty comes desperation. This is why women turn to prostitution. Men would turn to crime. Some women would turn to other crimes as well. So the police were always worried about the poverty, the most poor areas, these rookeries, these areas like Flower and Dean Street.